everyone's 1 foot is bigger than the other.
I just want to fit in with the story. You know?
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, it's the same story with, everyone's one arm is slightly longer than the other as well. Same with your legs.
Peculiar. I must track down the person that has my other same arm. You just drove past the BT. You're gonna get yourself fucking killed. I saved you.
Save me from the other one. Oh my god, crit. Oh no! No! That was going so well. Morning everybody and welcome back to another War Thunder vehicle review video. Today we're having a look at the M8 Greyhound. This was a reward vehicle from one of the latest events. I can't remember what it was called or what it involved, but I'm sure one of you will remember. And in the event for the ground forces you had to win, I think it was 5 battles in ground forces, and you received this, the M8 Greyhound. And if you won 5 air battles, you received the I-29, which is a prototype Russian twin-engine heavy fighter, night fighter thing, which I will also cover at a later date. So the M8 Greyhound was used in great numbers by the United States Army during World War II, and I think maybe afterwards as well. My knowledge of this vehicle is lacking, for lack of a better word, but anyway, let's get into it. So this is a battle rating 1.3 Tier 1 vehicle, much lower than that of the Puma. Actually, let's have a look at the Puma. I can't remember. No, we'll do it this way, it's faster. Where is the Puma? Yeah, the Puma is 3.0, rank 2. Which is strange. I would have thought that the Puma itself would have been, oh no, it is rank 1, but it's 2.7. I would have thought that the Puma would have been in direct competition with this thing, but as it turns out, no. So, let's look at the stat card. This gets a 37mm M6 gun, which I believe is the same one as on the Stuarts. M5, M5. No, it's not. It's slightly different. A 50 caliber machine gun and a 7.62mm Browning 30 caliber machine gun in the coaxial as well. A turret rotation speed of 14.1 degrees per second, which is, it seems fast reading that number, but it's not. 10 degrees of gun depression. 20 degrees of gun elevation, a reload rate of only 3.6 seconds, which is ridiculously fast. Hull armor, 0, 0, 0. Turret armor is 19, 19, 19 all the way around. Armor penetration we'll get into in a minute. A mass of 7.9 tons, which for all intents and purposes is 8 tons. 110 horsepower engine at 3000 RPM. A max speed of 88 kilometers an hour, although I've never got it to go that fast. A max inclination of 31 degrees, a visibility of 80%, 8 degrees. Repair cost maximum is 450 lions. And reward is 200% XRP and 40% lions. So, let's have a look at the modifications and have a look at the shells. As being a premium, everything is unlocked for you when you get this vehicle. Your standard shell is a armor piercing shell with a penetration of 89mm at 100 meters on a flat angle, going out to 27mm at 2000, and 32mm at a 30 degree angle, going out to 9mm at 2000. So pretty good for the tier. In fact, it's very good for the tier. A HE shell, which is useless against anything other than other armoured cars and perhaps SPAA vehicles. And an armour piercing cap shell. This has less penetration but more post-penetration effects once the shell enters the armour and punctures into the crew compartment. 78mm of penetration at 100 meters, going out to 43 at 2000, and 34mm of penetration at 30 degrees, going out to 19 at 2000 meters. So let's have a look at the armour, shall we? I've said some vehicles in the game have tissue paper for armour, but damn. It's odd though, on the stat card it says it's 0 mm, but it's clearly not. It's 20 mm up the front here where the driver's hatch is. 12.7 here, which is 20.9 on an angle. Lower plate is 15.9. Skirts that cover the tracks are 4 mm. Then when we go to the side, 4 mm there, 4 mm there. 9.5, so you got to add those 4 mm to the 9.5 basically. 19 mm around the turret, all the way around as it says. But the actual front of the turret front is 25.4 mm thick, but it's pretty much dead flat really. Rear of the vehicle is 5 mm thick on the radiator. 19 on the rear there. It is an open turreted vehicle, so aircraft will be something of a threat to you, especially when you consider that the armor itself is bad. They don't even have to hit you and get the shells into the top of the turret. They can just aim at the top and they'll guarantee to penetrate really. I've had a lot of fun driving this thing. It is an absolute hoot. So we have ammunition stored in the turret, on the floor, a lot of places really. 3 axles, as this thing is 6-wheel drive. A machine gunner, which makes no sense because there's no bow machine gun, but driver, gunner, and the commander, and the horizontal drive, etc. So, I have a few clips coming up, but before I roll the clips, I'm just going to say that this thing is not as fast as the Puma, even though on the stat card it says 88 kilometers an hour. I've never got it to go that fast. On tarmac it may go that fast, although what it lacks in speed it gains in stability at high speed. Because the Puma is 8-wheel steering and 8-wheel drive, it's a bit of a sod to handle at high speed. This thing, because it's front-wheel steering, 6-wheel drive, is much easier to handle at high speed. The only thing I can't quite understand is why they put the version with the 37mm, which I think was the standard version pretty much from the war, into the game as a collectible. It makes you wonder what they're going to add into the actual tech tree, because let's face it, the M8 needs to be in the actual tech tree. So, let's take a look at some games. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next War Thunder video. Cheers! Right, so is this thing amphibious?
God, no. Do not take it in the water. I've already tested that theory.
Yeah, because it looks like it should be.
Theoretically, it should be, yeah.
But is it one of those vehicles that they had to adapt to become amphibious? Like it wasn't just one of those things you could drive into the water. You had to add things onto it first.
I don't know. What would be amazing is if they added that little like fucking German car with that float with like a couple MGs, like a couple MG34s and MG42s on it.
I want the 4-wheeled. I want the SDKFC. Is it the 23? It's not the 232, is it? Actually, is it? No, it's the SDKFC 222. It's like the Puma, but it's only got 4 wheels.
Yeah, and it's got like a pointier roof, like a octagonal roof.
Yeah. Well, there was some variants with machine guns and some variants with cannons.
Someone's already modeled it. They're waiting on Gaijin's approval to see if it can be put in the game.
There's no reason why they wouldn't put it in the game.
That T64BB that some guys modeled, I guarantee Gaijin's in process of getting that off the guy.
Oh yeah, it will be in the game. I'm almost willing. That thing is modeled
so fucking perfectly, it's unreal.
Well, I'm like 80% certain that it's going to be in the game. It's just more. It's more.
Certain.
It's more of a question of
is
when,
it going to be an
rather
upgrade
than
to the T64, or is it going to be a new one?
Yeah, that's also true. But then, did the BV have the ability to fire ATGMs, didn't it? Because it was a smoothbore gun rather than rifles.
Yeah.
So it would have to be a separate vehicle. That's what my head tells me anyway. If it was just the armor, then yeah, do it as an upgrade. But because
there's a tank
it's
in the town,
where
just in front of us. I don't know. I swear I saw him. He's like behind this building, maybe. Yeah, he is there. It's BT5, bitch.
Damn! I got him.
Get clubbed.
Well spotted. The reload rate on that gun makes it just amazing though. Makes it kind of derpy, but.
Ace crew on my Chieftain Mark III. I'm like quarter way there to getting it.
If there was
I'm
actually
really close to
spotting
getting my
mechanics,
Falcon.
if there was actually spotting mechanics in this game, then this thing would be. All the armored cars would actually have a proper purpose, yeah. Otherwise, they're just memes in their own right, really, aren't they? I mean, they're cool,
Yeah.
and the Puma, especially the... Oh, I was pissed. One of the special tasks I had to do for the medals, right, was get 22 kills in an SPG, tank destroyer.
Yeah, I think I was with you when you had that task.
And the Puma, with the 75, is classed in the game as a tank destroyer. And I got 8 kills in a game.
But it's too low for BR. Yeah, I remember I joined you just after that round. And you're like, oh, I just got 8 kills, and then I'm like, mate, it's unfortunate because it's too low for BR, and you're like, really? And then you went and checked.
Oh, yeah.
I remember well.
I was pissed.
I remember well, yeah.
But the thing is that I tried driving the Stug, I did shit. I tried driving the,
I don't get how
even the
people
Jag
do so good
Tiger.
with the Stugs.
I
don't know.
I don't want to say they get lucky, because that's kind of harsh, but I think it's more like being in the right place
at
at
the camping tactic.
It's not even that, because most people drive it like an assault gun rather than a tank destroyer. Which is how I try to drive the Jag Tiger. And when it works really well, but when it doesn't work, it goes horrifically wrong. And you end up getting shot in the side, and then you can't move, and ugh. The Jag Tiger, I've said before many a time, is one of those machines that I want to love, but I've yet to...
It should be 6-7 really.
That is a tank, isn't it? Yes, it is. That is a long way away. Ooh.
Oh, hello, bridge.
Oh, I hit him! Come on then, reload. Oh, that was dirty.
You're a dirty motherfucker. You got more fences.
Hmm?
These fences were in my way.
That seemed like much more distance than I thought, but I ain't complaining. He's dead. I'm not.
Get spawn count.
Oh my god.
Don't judge.
Oh, I don't. Did you hear about all this crap with Orange Doom and Mags? I think I told you, didn't I? Yeah.
I was the one that told you originally about it.
Yeah, because you mentioned the post on Reddit, didn't you?
Yep. I found it very amusing. They're acting like very big children right now.
Well, I'm surprised Orange hasn't said anything in his defence yet, because from what I've heard about his personality,
Orange is just smart and he's being quiet.
but he's a massive narcissist. From what like, if you watch his videos,
yeah, he is.
His whole, like his videos are basically just him sucking himself off.
Yeah.
But I said
he's cool because he can take a TU-4 in a battle of biplanes and come out on top.
Yeah, but it's like
it's not skill.
I actually sort of covered it in one of like my KV1 video I did the other day. I said like it's not worth making its own video out of, because it's not, you know, it's something.
Big deal.
Yeah, that, and it doesn't deserve the publicity. Do you know what I mean? Because any publicity is good publicity to a certain extent, and it's not one of those subjects that needs to be publicised very much. But the whole...
I just hate YouTube drama in general.
Yeah, exactly. But like the whole situation itself was a bit like... But then there's no reason why we wouldn't believe Mags anyway. I mean, Mags just comes across as being a lot more down to earth than Orange does.
It's these Australians. They're so far down there that they have to be.
They're so far down the earth they have to be down to earth. That's quite amusing.
I should throw it the thing next time I see him.
Oh, I'm sure he'll love you for that.
Fucking biplane won't die.
I know.
It's pissing me off.
There it goes. Oh no, it's still flying around. I don't know what my chances are of hitting it with a 50 cal from here, but whatever. There's nothing else to shoot at.
I'm just
You realise they've taken...
Oh.
Right, I'm going back to A because they've taken it. You coming?
Yeah. I
I
wonder
like
what the
this
winter
thing.
event vehicles are gonna be this year. Hopefully something dirt. I want something dirt. If I get job in time, what's up? Oh, that's a big plane. Holy shit. Big
Oh!
big bomb on you.
That was close.
You okay?
Yeah, just made me drift a little.
Uh-oh, there's a tank right in spawn.
Have some 50 cal for your troubles. You son of a bitch, trying to bomb me.
Die!
Meet me.
Ha, you die. Now if I get a, like, I'm trying to get a job, and the first thing I'm gonna buy is Star Wars for us, because that needs to be done. I said I'll do it, so I need to do that. And then I need to get a car, or a truck, preferably a truck, lease it. My parents won't co-sign it for it, so I'm like, fuck them, I'll just do it myself.
Yeah. Hey ho, one small step at a time. To be honest, if I were you, man, I wouldn't even concern yourself with it. Just do what I do. Do one day at a time. Make improvements to what and where you can, when you can. And if anybody has an issue with the way you're doing your life, tell them to go and screw themselves. I mean, there's no point in.
I missed last Thursday at school, and a cop came in, and I fucking missed him because I needed to talk to him about all these fucking licenses, and I missed him, man. I fucking missed him.
Why weren't you in the school then?
I was slacking off.
So it was your fault.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah. No. There's no sort of about it. Were you ill?
No, I was in bed
No,
at like
so
5 AM and I fell asleep.
So it was your fault.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah. I love
But
that.
apparently
Have you seen? Sorry, hang on.
Come back.
Go when you're driving down that bridge. Go as fast as you can. When you hit about 40 kilometers an hour, just slam the brakes on and swing the camera around and watch the front axle.
Oh, let's go to repair my vehicle.
That is some springy ass suspension.
No, I remember falling off this bridge going like 70 kilometers an hour in arcade in a fucking Walker Bulldog. It was amusing.
Oh, I did that in a Puma once as well. It's like riding a skateboard. It gets speed wobble. Like you try and correct it, and the more you try and correct it, the worse it gets. The more you try and correct it, the worse it gets.
Yeah. I got a package of licorice and I want a $5 gift card for a coffee shop I go to usually on Friday. Sounds good. I had to fill out a survey.
Why?
There was like no one at school because the teacher's like, oh, can you do this survey to like see what improvements can be made for youth in towns or in the town? I'm like, sure. Filled out in like 2 minutes. She's like, here you go, $5 Tim's card. I'm like, cool.
I did that once actually a few years ago. They asked me to do a survey thing, and they basically give you what's a really cheap, you know, like an iPod Touch.
Yeah.
Like it's basically a phone, but it's not a phone, and it's like brick shaped, but it's touch screen.
Yeah. I know
And they give you
about
that, and you have to do like questions and shit every day. It's like a survey thing, and it's only 5 questions. No. This was on paper as well, but they give you this thing, and you're supposed to do it for like a couple of weeks, and then they come by and pick it up again, and then you get vouchers and shit for it. It wasn't anything particularly exciting, but
it's just our teacher. She's like kind of like, what do you call it at our school? It's kind of like a social worker. She deals with like all the girls and